Today, from MetLife Stadium in New Jersey, it's Week 14 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New York Giants taking on the Philadelphia Eagles.
We welcome everybody to the Garden State. EA Sports coverage of the NFL finds us at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford, New Jersey. This is the scene just before we came on air. This New York crowd fired up by the arrival of their G-men as they burst from the locker room. They're ready to go as the Giants get set to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So now here comes the Eagles offense as they get ready to take over. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were very good in the win over Dallas a week ago.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Here's Watson. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. These two teams, they met earlier in the season in Philly with the Eagles winning that ball game. So they are looking for the sweep here at MetLife. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. Quick slant to Crowder. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
You always worry about those smaller receivers running through that gnarly patch of land in the middle of the field. But he did a really nice job there holding on to the football and protected himself as best he could while completing the play.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Looking for Crowder, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. So here are the Giants now in great field position to start their initial drive. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And he's certainly putting together an MVP-type season, leading the league in both passing yards and touchdown passes. There have not been too many defenses that have been able to stop him or even slow him down. So he's got his sights set on another big game right here.
They'll run on 1st down. Mitchell. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
So 3rd and 2, this quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. These two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. They go play action here on 1st down. checks this one down. It's Mitchell. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
They go jet sweep here with Chark. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
That's the danger, Charles, of running plays like this for your wide receiver. They can hit big or they can be duds.
Yeah, you're exactly right about that, because if they're forced to try and go around defenders behind the line of scrimmage, sometimes you can give yardage in order to gain it. But in this case, they gave yardage and didn't get it back.
Yeah, this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
Looking to throw. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket.
That's to Mitchell out of the backfield.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. It'll be a gain of 5. And that'll make it a 2nd down. They'll try the left side. It's Mitchell. And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. They stay on the ground this time. It's Williams. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Damian Williams, his first touchdown on the year. And the Giants are going to take a first-quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
The Eagles offense making their way back out as we take a look at the playoff picture in the NFC.
And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team, far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for, and remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Watson.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
They set up the screen for Dobbins.
And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll be 4th down. Now Jordan Berry on to kick this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Now they'll be looking to duplicate the efforts of drive number 1 that resulted in 7 points in this 7-zip lead.
Well, you know how much I enjoy horse racing, right? Looks like they caught a flyer out of the gate, as they would say when you're running the big-time races. It means they get out to a fast start. They're setting the pace, making the other team chase now.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Rolling to his left. And this one's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw. Out to his left.
Open man, completes it to Claypool.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. Late in the season now, MVP chatter starts, and he might be on the fringe. This is always an award that goes quarterback or running back, usually quarterback. A lot of bias. Does he deserve consideration?
He more than deserves consideration because the way the game is played in the NFL now, it's a pass-first league, right? So that means that people are going to adjust their defenses for him each and every week, and he's still putting up big-time numbers. I know the quarterbacks, the running backs get it, but he should be firmly in the...
And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. So retract the yardage and retract the touchdown.
And retract the chunk play. Big strike there to get the touchdown. Now they've got to take it back and see if they've got another one still in their arsenal.
They'll set up to throw. He's going to let this go. Back in the end zone.
And that one going to wind up incomplete. Nearly an interception in the end zone. Probably should have been. 3rd down coming up.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark.
And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And that one's not going to get there. Not enough juice, an ambitious effort, but it's well short. And this score will stay right where it is. Was a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards. So many things you got to worry about, but I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that he doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this, you have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's what you're looking for.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second and 11 now.
To throw is Watson. Isaiah McKenzie hauling it in. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
Oh, that was a nice job there. Quarterback and receiver reading the pressure that was brought. They both knew it was going to open up the middle of the field. Nice little shake and bake at the line of scrimmage, got right into his route. And the quarterback hit him in stride, and he was able to run free after the catch.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
And not much running room. Down to the 32. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
So he is able to turn that into positive yardage, but I think it's fair to say that those are not the shots you're wanting your quarterback to have to absorb.
And he has to know sometimes when to say when. You have to know when to give yourself up, and let's face it, not easy for these guys to do because they're competitors as well.
And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon. So apparently, neither guy is immune.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They're going to look to throw.
Throw left side, complete to Tony.
Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. On the move to his left. And this one is incomplete.
Well, I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over it, and they got there to break that one up.
On play action, they'll throw. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Back to throw again.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. And oh no, it's incomplete. Well, it's a touchdown if he holds on, but somehow took his eyes off of it, falls to the ground, and brings up 4th down.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
So that, Charles, a season long right there.
And you know who's really excited about that? The special teams coordinator, because he's the one who has to tell the head coach in pregame, this is where we trust him from. This distance, he can hit it, and he repaid that trust by knocking that one right through.
A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they?
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at him and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
Kendall Fuller in on the stop.
Give credit to the defense for stringing that play out, and they gave up no cutback angle. You know he was trying to dart through. No place for him to go. A nice job there, only giving up a 3-yard gain.
From the 41, Watson. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Vita Vea able to record his 5th sack of the season. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
And he'll only get this to the 47. He needed a few more yards to pick up the 1st. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is fielded at the 7. And he'll go out of bounds after getting this across the 15.
A very nice punt that time, but they get 11 back on the return.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Now a give right side. It's Mitchell. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
That'll be caught. It's Tony.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Now left side on the swing pass. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
They'll look to throw again. Under pressure, and down he goes. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
That's complete to Tony.
And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
On 1st down, it's Watson. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30.
I like the play design there. They occupied the defense downfield, everyone trying to account for someone. But unfortunately, they didn't account for the running back slipping out of the backfield. And he was absolutely unnoticed and wound up getting big yards on that play.
Now a 1st down throw, Watson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball is out. Watson lost it. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. And he is not quite going to make it all the way in. They'll mark him down right about the 1-yard line.
I think what we just saw there with that fumble return is the increased emphasis on taking the ball away from another. Team, and no one wants to just fall on in football anymore, do they? They want to take it and try and score themselves.
But when you fall 1 yard short of getting in the end zone as a former defender, you know it hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
Not only does it hurt, the laughter in film is going to be intense. You are going to get jumped on for not making it all the way to the end zone.
He'll look to throw.
And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
Partner, this is almost an unwinnable spot for a defense. They have to come right out for a 1st and goal trying to stop them. But let me hold on a second. Let me take that back real quick. They can win here if they force a field goal try. Still a long ways away from that happening, but that has to be what they're thinking right now.
Second and 1. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. A big win there defensively on 2nd and goal. A loss of 7, and it brings up 3rd. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. Can this defense hold them out? Here we go now. 4th and goal from the 2. He'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And this Eagle defense stands tall down near the goal line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Second half ready to get rolling. The Giants with a lead, and they are set to receive this kick. Taking it about the 1. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Giants about set to go to begin this 3rd quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better, and I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field, and he fires one that's intercepted.
Picked off by Caleb Farley.
And he'll take this across midfield and inside the 45. Not the way you envision things to start out the 3rd quarter. One play and already a turnover.
It's interesting. You and I were talking with the coach, and he talked about how at halftime, as a play caller, he wanted to make sure he got a new script going for the second half, not just the one that he operated off of to start the game. Nowhere on that script did it have that result.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Another run here with Dobbins. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. from the gun. Here's Watson.
Open man is the tight end, Noah Gray.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Watson now to throw. Touchdown, Eagles! A great effort there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles have cut it back within a score. Extra point good by Prater. And the lead is down to a field goal. So this drive spans 7 plays. And it was capped off by an Eagles touchdown.
Taken at the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. Another drive coming up for New York's offense.
And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up second down. They'll set up a throw.
And that'll be caught by Tony.
Well, he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. And it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
And he's able to break through one tackle, but it slowed him down enough that he could only manage getting back to the line of scrimmage. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Now a throw here, hauled in. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
On third down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man open. It's Chase Claypool. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Forced out to his left. Puts it on the carpet, it's out, and the Eagles have recovered. There he goes, right side. 20. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and an Eagle touchdown. Now Prater to add the PAT. And that makes it 14-10. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. They'll look to throw here. Flush to his right. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. Emmanuel Ogbah make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
And that's his second sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And partner, it's still just the third quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket. Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
The throw for Tony is intercepted.
Picked off by, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. And the offense is going to get the ball back. After all that, heck, it'll be a first down. So it goes as a fumble, but the...
And now, as with every potential turnover, the Nazis.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
After the interception, here's Watson. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up second. Another try after the first down sack. Watson over the middle, and it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. A shotgun snap for Watson. Being chased out left. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. Fourth down. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you see a lot of guys sag and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
Here's the Philadelphia defense now as they head back onto the field. They got a little steam following the interception the last time they were out there, Charles.
And they want to keep that going now because once you get one...
this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A big connection on that one. 34 yards. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now a play fake here on first down. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And it is incomplete. Good positioning there downfield to break that one up.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Going to throw right side here. Complete. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Completion here to Claypool.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done, well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
They'll try and run for it. But he will have the 1st down before he's tackled at the 12. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to...
And that is caught. He's got it for a giant touchdown. DJ Chark. His 17th touchdown now on the season.
And the Giants are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And I tell you, 4 weeks still to go, and everything is wide open, and it's fun.
And I know we always talk about, well, if the playoffs were to begin today, and then we kind of go, okay, but they're not. Let's see how it plays out. Wouldn't it be fun to play with this playoff lineup right now? Because to me, just about anyone can win this whole thing out of this grouping we currently have. And by the time we get there, it may look entirely different.
He was brought down by Foyesade Oluwakim.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
And they work this well upfield across the 45.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Watson on first down. On the catch, it's Crowder. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB.
He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. A big play there out of the running game.
So this play, until recently, only something you'd probably expect to see in a college game, but running quarterbacks are certainly in vogue, and this turned into a big play.
And you and I both know that for a long time, coaches worried about their quarterbacks taking too much punishment.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown.
J.K. Dobbins.
Touchdown number 15 on the year.
And the Eagles answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th.
Prater for the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Taking it about the 1. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The possession switching back to the New York Giants. And now after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this 4th quarter. Plenty of time on the clock.
Buying time to his left. Able to hit his target, Claypool. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Emmanuel Ogbah in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
On these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Back to throw here. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. It's Chuck Clark picking it off.
And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Watson.
And that'll be complete to Dobbins.
And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now Dobbins again on second down.
And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game. Here's Watson.
And this is taken in by Darnell Mooney. And he is going to have an Eagles first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2.
And now here comes the third of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling, and this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake at the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line.
58 yards rushing for him in the ball game now on 14 carries.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. The Eagles in the victory formation as they take a knee. Down to Anigos Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark,